Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us for another installment of the Football Feed with Queen City Newsfeed. I'm Cash Matlock, and as always, I'm joined by Rob Allen. How are you doing, Rob?
Hello, Cash. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. I'm hanging in there. Had one cup of coffee, need another one. So maybe, somebody can round that up if they're listening.
Is that leaded or unleaded?
Ooh, it's double leaded.
Oh, don't let management know.
No, all jokes. But, okay, so before we get things started, Rob, we do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors.
Yes.
And I want to kick things off with a sponsor that's been with us pretty much the whole time. And I want to start out with saying, let's give a quick shout out to Tammy Thompson's Bell Bonds 101. She is an official sponsor of the Football Feed with Queen City Newsfeed. If you need help fast, Tammy Thompson's Bell Bonds 101 is always on call, serving Lauderdale, Clark, Newton, and surrounding counties with confidential 24/7 support. You can visit her at 600 Constitution Avenue in downtown Meridian, or you can call 601-513-9588 anytime. Rob, anytime.
Absolutely, and that's always a good number to have handy if you act like a knucklehead in the not the press box, but in the stands. And for some of us that act like idiots in the press box.
Yeah, I actually have a great relationship with Tammy. I've called her several times. Yeah. So,
is there something you're not telling us?
This is me telling you.
So now we're gonna know the rest of the story.
Right. Yes, that's what you don't see on the Queen City News.
That's right.
I scrub it.
Oh, I love it.
Alrighty. Okay, I'll let you take this next one.
Absolutely. I tell you what, it is obviously we're at the tail end of football season, but obviously All-Star Team Sports is simply amazing. There you see All-Star Team Sports on your screen. Whether it's stadium seats, sporting goods, if you want customized apparel, Jason and them can take care of you down there at All-Star Team Sports. I mean, literally they can customize something. Basketball, it's hard. Basketball starts in 2 weeks, so it's amazing. If you need something for your basketball team, cheer squad, whatever. I mean, they're like your one-stop shop for everything when it comes to sporting goods down at All-Star Team Sports. Soccer. I mean,
we got some soccer fans.
Endless. It is endless. Well, that is considered football.
Yes,
so,
European football.
But not
foosball.
Yeah, Jason and them at All-Star Team Sports are awesome.
All right, man. Well, let's give a shout out to one of our newer sponsors. It's Ujjwal Kumar. He is with Dillard's men's department at Uptown Meridian. He is an official sponsor of the Football Feed here. He is also an expert when it comes to men's fashion and luxury shopping. And Rob, you have an Ujjwal story.
There he is. There's my guy.
You went to see Ujjwal this week, right?
All right, I'm going to say this. All right, so this was back on Monday. I've got a couple of events this week. I've got our big Booster Club event out at Northwood tonight for Lamar. We're doing our it's one of our biggest fundraisers of the year.
Yeah.
And then I got my 25th class reunion Saturday.
Oh, gosh.
So I was like, hey, I'm all about supporting our sponsors. And folks, you always hear folks on radio, they're always like, they say they support their sponsors. They don't do that.
Well, we have photos.
We have photos. There is proof. But that is one of the outfits right there that I did purchase the other day, and bought a couple of shirts, that sport coat right there. And
you racked up.
I did.
You got a lot of items.
I got a lot of stuff, and I've always been a big proponent. If you're gonna say you're gonna support your sponsors, you better go out there and do it. So, and that's what I did the other day, and I was happy to do it. But cannot wait to go back and see him again, but he took really good care of us. So.
Yes, and it has a quick turnaround if you have to make any sort of alterations. I'm a testament to that. I know I've probably annoyed him with the short turnaround times before, but he's always gotten it done.
Well, that's a maroon shirt there, and the other shirt I got was like a light blue color. So I'm going to wear that with that sport coat. But yeah, he went everything from pants to we just did the whole 9 yards. It was unbelievable. So.
I love that. Well, I love the customer service. It's top notch. And Helen says you clean up nice.
Well, thank you. Not today, but that day I was.
All right, man. Okay, so we also kind of have a newer sponsor, and I'll let you read that one, Rob.
Absolutely, and of course we need to talk about our friends down at the Brickhaus. Of course, it is a Mississippi Brewtique, and of course they're located at 2206 Front Street. And if you're looking for a place with the largest selection of craft beer in Mississippi and some seriously good handcrafted food, Brickhaus is the spot. Whether you're catching the game, hanging out with friends, or just kicking back after a long weekend, Brickhaus has you covered. And of course, there's a lot of things going on in downtown Meridian this weekend, especially the Candy Crawl. So if you take take the kids to the candy crawl, you want to kind of, unwind afterwards, that's the perfect spot to go do it right there on Front Street. And, of course, the owner, Bill, wants to remind everyone, go blue, go Michigan. And we're going to talk about the Wolverines coming up. But check them out online. Their website is brickhausbar.com. That is brick, Haus bar.com, or you can stop by and see them there at Brickhaus Brewtique. It's where Meridian goes to unwind.
Yes, and Rob, I need to make a correction. I misled you and I made a typo on your report. It's brickhausbrewtique.com.
Brewtique.com.
I wrote the wrong website, so that's on me.
Well, great going, Cash.
Yeah. So now we owe him a whole free sponsorship show.
That's fine. I'll go drink a beer or something down there.
But I was going to say, too, a good time to go by the Brickhouse would be next Friday, Halloween night, during the Spooky Ale Trail.
Ooh, that is a good spot.
The
Perfect.
Spooky Ale Trail. Yes, so make your way down there next Friday. Also, before we get started, I know everybody wants us to hurry up and get started, but let me just talk about one more thing. So we're actually available on podcast streaming platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, iHeart, Podbean, Amazon, Spotify, Player FM, Podchaser, and Boomplay. So pretty much anywhere you can get a podcast, you can watch this show. And, of course, you can watch it right here on Facebook every Thursday morning.
Look at that.
I know.
It's
We're
amazing. It's amazing.
I know.
We started out as just that shiny little baby that, comes into the world, and now we're growing up right in front of our own eyes. Look at this.
We were just a thought, at the water cooler.
I know, right?
2 months ago.
And look at this. We're turning into just a beautiful child. It's amazing.
We were just a sparkle in your eye 2 months ago, Rob. All right. Okay, enough of that. Let's move on to high school football, what everybody's wanting us to talk about. Let's start out with the 3 games that we actually broadcast.
Yep, the 3 games we broadcast here with Digio Strategies, and it's hard to believe season.
Wow.
And, of course, you see the other 2 games right there with West Lauderdale and Meridian. Lamar's going to be at home. West is, yes.
Finally,
Thank you,
finally, yeah. I know you're ready for that.
I'm so ready to have an early night. But, yeah, Lamar's going to be at home for the first time in a while. West Lauderdale's going to be at home. And, of course, Meridian's going to take things on the road over at Northwest Rankin. But, yeah, those are the big 3 games. I guess we can start out with the Lamar Raiders here this week. So.
Yeah, okay, awesome. So what are you thinking about the Lamar Raiders? Do you think that now that they are coming home and having a home game, that's going to do them well?
I sat down with Jacob Land yesterday, just, kind of going over, stuff for the week because we hadn't had a home game in a while.
Yeah.
And he said he really thought that with Lamar, that was just really just emotionally taxing on the team to have 3 straight road games, because you got to imagine you're going on the road every single week. That it takes a lot to travel with a football team. You don't know what you're walking into when you get on the road. I mean, you could have something pregame not go your way, and I mean, it's just a lot of stuff that goes into.
Do you think it was sabotage?
Nah, I don't think so.
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Who set that schedule?
But I think with Lamar, they're going to be rejuvenated. They're at home. You get to not have to travel so far. You get, the kickoff at your place. And I think this is going to be a different football team this week. And you have to remember, this was the first time all season they faced a good bit of adversity, losing 2 straight. They haven't done that all year.
Right.
So, but these are 2 big games coming up. This kind of starts that final 2-game stretch for Lamar. Winston, 2 wins all season. I think Lamar should be okay in this one. This is one of those games you would love to see him come out and dominate early,
re-energize,
play some of the younger guys to give those veterans a rest for the big district game next week.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
But it's going to be on 97 OKK, of course, 97.1 FM, the app, and of course,
the website,
as John Garrett likes to say, the .com.
Yeah, the .com.
The .com.
Alrighty. So, what do you think about Northeast Lauderdale at West Lauderdale?
Boy, this is a game right here. These 2 teams.
2 county schools.
It's a county rivalry, but boy, do they need a win. West Lauderdale dropped another district game last week on the road at Leake Central. Northeast dropped a game down at Quitman for Quitman's homecoming. This is a big game because the loser of this one is going to be facing a pretty difficult task of just trying to get into the playoffs as one of those bottom seeds. Mm-hmm. I cannot remember a time where West Lauderdale is going into this late of the season. They haven't won a district game yet.
Yeah.
So this is how important this game is for West going ahead. It's at their place. But then again, I always say, county teams, when they play each other, you
never
all
know.
bets are off. And I imagine Northeast Lauderdale, they're going to come in hungry against a very young West Lauderdale team. And if this thing gets tight in the fourth quarter, don't count out Northeast Lauderdale. But, man, this is a must-win, not just for West, but Northeast as well.
Yeah,
So
that'll be interesting. Two must-win games.
two must-win games
or
right here.
must-win
For both of-
situations.
yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, but it's going to be over on Q101, of course, 101.3 FM, Q101radio.com, and the Q mobile app.
Alrighty, and then we got Meridian at Northwest Rankin. Interesting season for Meridian so far.
Yeah, Meridian had a handful of wins in non-district play, and now district has arrived. Of course, they got throttled pretty good last week against Oak Grove.
We talked about that rivalry.
Yeah, and Oak Grove was the heavy favorite going into that game, and we saw the reason why. And now Meridian's got to take the show on the road, and things get a lot more difficult as they go to Northwest Rankin. And folks, this is a brutal district. Northwest Rankin's going to be another tough opponent. Like I said, Oak Grove is really good. Brandon's really good. Petal is on the upswing.
And weren't we saying that Meridian High has like a young team this year?
They're fairly young. So, but this will be another challenge for the Wildcats. Northwest Rankin, of course, they have not been in this district too terribly long. I know they were in that district with Meridian right at the tail end of my broadcast time out at Meridian. But when you go on the road in this district, it's so hard. But, hey, Meridian will show up and line it up and see what happens tomorrow night. But, of course, if you can't make the trip, 95-1 The Beat with Charlie and Neil. And, of course, the halftime show with Citizens National Bank is phenomenal.
Yes.
And, of course, that was a good show, I understand, last week. So.
Oh, yeah. It's always a good show. We've had so many good community representatives on. They've had Mayor Larry Gill from Marion. They've had Laura Carmichael from Visit Meridian. They've had a ton of people on every week, so I'm excited. They always announce who's going to be on either like later today or early tomorrow, and I'm excited to see like who the next interview is.
Who's it going to be?
Yeah, so it'll be, I guess it's up to Neil Henry. We'll find out.
That's right. So.
But, okay, so we got a couple other high school matchups we can talk about here. An interesting, well, actually, it's further down the list. I'm going to hold that point. But we'll start out with Southeast Lauderdale at Quitman.
Yeah, Quitman coming off their homecoming win last week. They're taking on Southeast Lauderdale, which Southeast obviously had their struggles early in the season, so they're playing much better football right now. But that's a big game, both teams. I guess I'll start. I'll go left to right here. Clarkdale and Enterprise.
Okay, that's what I was going to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. That's the big one.
The big rivalry.
Clarkdale,
because that's the rivalry I grew up in, Rob. So to me, that's the biggest rivalry.
Clarkdale's probably going to handle this game, I would think, and that's coming from an Enterprise guy. But Enterprise is a super young football team, but Clarkdale. This is a big game for Clarkdale because they've lost their last two.
Right,
and
after a huge winning streak.
After a huge winning streak, but that'll be a big game tomorrow night. I wish I could be there because they're actually honoring our class at halftime tomorrow night. So I can't be there because obviously I'm doing the Lamar game, but we got our big get-together on Saturday. But it'll be a fun game. I mean,
and you got the new suit.
Yeah, the new suit, so it's all good. So, but that's a big one on the schedule. Then you see Russell Christian. This is the last regular season game for Russell Christian as they get set for the playoffs. They got Tabernacle Christian over in Alabama. Then you got Newton County and Leake Central. Of course, those two teams are undefeated inside the district, and they have both beat West Lauderdale. So that's a big game for both of those. You got Newton and Puckett. Philadelphia and Uport. Philadelphia is the only team, to my knowledge, on our local schedule that has not had a win yet this year. So this is a big win for Philly.
Okay, so Uport, a fun fact real quick before we get on the list. That used to be my beat when I worked.
Really?
When I worked in TV news, my beat was Upora.
Upora.
So if anyone from Upora is watching, this is what I do now. This is where I went. This is where I disappeared to. Yeah, I used to do their local elections all the time.
I love it. So a little blast from the past. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Shout out to George the Town Dog.
George the Town Dog.
Yeah, they had a town dog. Yep.
We're looking. What?
Yeah, sorry to get sidetracked here, but he is actually the town dog, and he goes around Upora to all the businesses. He has a schedule.
Is George still there?
Well, I gave him a shout out, but he did pass away.
Oh, gosh. A great story with a sad ending.
I didn't want to say that part, though. And then you asked if he was still there, so I had to tell the truth.
I want the whole story.
Okay, well, I have a YouTube video I'll send you.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on.
Other games other than the poor George the dog. We got Neshoba Central and Warren Central. You got Heidelberg and Kemper County. Now, there is a note I want to bring up about the Heidelberg-Kemper County matchup right there. That is going to have a different start time on Friday. I don't know if you've noticed this or not, Cash, but there's been a lot of reports with the Heidelberg football team that they have been limiting how many folks are coming into these games. They're giving the players a certain amount of passes, and obviously for security reasons. I think this game is going to be at 4:00 tomorrow afternoon. So
just a huge impact in that community, a huge ripple effect across the state as we had that horrific weekend at multiple school campuses.
Yeah, so I did want to throw that note out there that there is a lot of changes because of security due to that game. Now, Clarkdale is scheduled to play Heidelberg next week. That game will be at Clarkdale. I don't know if there will be any changes when Heidelberg travels or not, but we do know right now that game will be at 4:00 tomorrow afternoon. So just wanted to throw that note out there because everything else starts at 7, but that's the only game we'll have a little bit of a time difference right there. But other games real quick, St. Andrews and Union. You got East Central and Wayne County, Forest and Richland, Pisgah and Lake, and then a handful of academy games, Newton County Academy. Taking on Bensford out of Louisiana. Then you got Central Holmes and Kemper, and then Wayne and Christian Collegiate. So that's our local schedule.
Alrighty, and producer Mackenzie said, "What kind of dog was George?"
What kind of dog was
he? Was a mutt.
A mutt?
I don't know. He was a mixture.
But he was a lovable mutt.
I think he was like a lab or something. I don't know. He was yellow or white. I don't know. I'll have to look at the YouTube video.
Old Yeller
We were really close.
Old Yeller Part 2.
We were very close.
I love it.
Okay, so let's move on down to college, and let's talk about those JUCO teams.
Yeah, JUCO teams. There you see East Mississippi. Oof, they got to go to Mississippi Delta. I just hope that this is not going to be one of those type of trips for East Mississippi like they had the year that Netflix had the documentary, where the fight broke out. You know where they were playing at that night at Mississippi Delta.
Okay.
So I just hope it's not a return thing
do.
of that trip. They don't.
That would be a great news story, Rob.
It would be
really good news day for me.
So, but I don't think they'll have that kind of issue.
I hope
there,
nobody gets hurt. And if they call Tammy Thompson.
Yeah, call Tammy Thompson. but yeah, East Mississippi at Delta. East Central got a big win against Jones last week, and that's their second win of the season. They will go to Colin, top 10 matchup there against Colin. Colin's ranked number 9 this week. Jones, they will not play until Saturday against Southwest Mississippi. I think that reason for that, I think most of these JUCOs have a homecoming game on Saturday, so that game will be their Saturday with Jones and Southwest. And speaking of homecoming, the UWA Tigers celebrating homecoming this weekend against Delta State. And, of course, West is coming off of their first loss of the season. They lost to West Florida last week, so you don't want to have a hiccup here on homecoming week. Right. So
you got to pull through.
Yeah, it'll be a big day in Livingston. Tigers taking on Delta State. And I actually remember years ago when I was in school at West Alabama, I traveled with all the sports and everything. And we drove to Delta State for a football game one year, and West Alabama actually won at Delta State. And, of course, Cleveland, that's up in the Delta.
How about that drive?
The drive was one thing, but the mosquitoes that hit the window were the size of horses.
Yeah, like buzzards.
I mean, they really were. I was like, we had to bring a squeegee with us to squeegee the window of all the bug carcasses.
No, literally. So I did. I was doing a project in the Delta, a small independent film project. And I came back and I was like eaten alive.
Oh, it's unreal.
And I actually got like an infection from the bug bites.
Good night.
Yeah, we won't talk about it though.
What is it? They're the Delta State. What is it? The Statesmen, but they have the Fighting Okra that dances on the sideline.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Yeah, the Fighting Okra.
No, that's actually kind of cool.
Hey, whatever works for you.
What would we have in our area?
I don't know.
The Fighting Ragweed.
The Fighting Ragweed.
I don't know. What are we known for? I don't know. All right, man. So,
somebody said the Sawashi Creek swamp donkeys or something like that.
Sawashi Creek. Oh, my gosh.
We could come up with some funny nicknames. So.
Yes, we could. What is it? The Stuckey's Bridge or something. I don't know.
The Stuckey's.
Maybe that's just a Meehan thing.
Yeah, I think it's a Meehan thing. Inside joke Meehan thing.
Yeah, okay. Moving on. Let's start out with Texas at Mississippi State. Now, this is one that somebody was messaging me about this last night, and I thought that was weird. But they're very excited for this matchup. And what do you think? How do you think it's going to go down, Robbie?
Well, it's the first time that Texas has been to Starkville since 1991. I mean, it's been a long time for the Longhorns to make the trip to Mississippi. And, of course, the last time that happened, MSU got the win. It was a low-scoring game that day, 13-6, but of course, much different era now.
You said 1991?
91.
I wasn't even alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
Thanks a lot. But yeah, that's the last time these two teams got together in Starkville. But it is homecoming weekend for MSU, and man, what an opponent to have for your homecoming in Texas. But of course, Texas coming off of a low-scoring, ugly overtime win at Kentucky, while Mississippi State had a heartbreaker down at Florida. Now, Texas is a favorite in this one by about a touchdown.
Yeah.
People are still waiting on Arch Manning to kind of get over this hump. I mean, he's been, this big advertised, the big NIL money.
Everything. The talk was big.
I mean, but now it's just like, when are we going to get that version we've been waiting on? Could it happen here? I don't know. I mean, we're still waiting on it. But Mississippi State is obviously a much improved team. I think State is a couple of plays away from, being as far as the record goes, at least having 6 wins right now. Yeah. But of course, they lost in overtime to Tennessee at the very end. They had that that ball that was picked off against Florida. But I think the crowd will be energized for this one. Texas has got a little bit better personnel probably, but
I'll be ringing my cowbell from home.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. 3:15 will be the TV time there on the SEC network.
Okay, awesome. I'll be at the Candy Crawl, but I'll remember.
You'll remember?
I'll check on it.
There it is.
All right, man. So Ole Miss at Oklahoma.
This is that. What did I tell you last week with LSU and Vanderbilt? That early 11 a.m. kickoff, and look what happened to LSU on the road against Vanderbilt. They got beat. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying Ole Miss is going to lose this game. I think Ole Miss is a better team than Oklahoma, but you just worry after your first loss against Georgia last week in an emotional ball game. What is the team's mentality going to be like going into this road trip to Oklahoma? Oklahoma's got a pretty good defense. 11 a.m. kickoff. I mean, I'm not saying Ole Miss is going to lose the game by any stretch, but this is potentially one of those games for Ole Miss. If you're not careful, you could look up in the fourth quarter and you're in a game better team than Oklahoma. Yeah. But it's just that early kickoff on the road. How will Ole Miss respond to that?
Well, personally, I used to hate living in college and when I was in college and having the 11 a.m. games.
It's brutal. I mean, it is brutal.
I mean, even for me who just rolled out of bed and went to the game, it was brutal.
But you got to imagine, everybody at the stadium getting stuff ready to go. I mean, you got to get up like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, get ready for an 11 a.m. kickoff.
Yeah, who wants to tailgate at 8 a.m.,
Some people do. They're just that devoted. But that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Like I said, I think Ole Miss is a much better team. It's just, how did the players respond from the Georgia loss? But we'll see.
We'll see. You haven't been wrong so far.
No, well, I've been wrong on a few things. So.
All right, man. So UL Monroe at Southern Miss.
Yeah, Southern Miss, if they win this ball game, they are bowl eligible.
Yeah, and Southern's been looking pretty
decent. Southern is looking really good. They've only lost 2 ball games all year, and I believe it's their homecoming this weekend. I think they're going to take care of business here, too. I mean, if they win this one, they go to 6 wins. And I think right now Charles Huff at Southern Miss, probably the Sun Belt coach of the year right now, considering Southern only won a game or 2 last year, and he's got them at 5 already. Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty good turnaround there for Southern Miss. But I think Southern Miss should be fine in this one. I think that's going to be a later kickoff at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. So.
Okay. Gotcha. They got the better time.
That's right. Much better. Much better time.
All right. Alabama at South Carolina.
That's roll tide time.
Oh, no. Here she comes.
Roll tide time.
Here's Helen.
There she is. Oh, boy. Alabama looks pretty good right now.
Yeah.
They look really good right now. Mm-hmm. And what's funny to me, you go all the way back to week 1 after they lost to Florida State. The world's falling in. The sky's falling in. Yeah. Kalen DeBoer needs to be fired. And now, he's the greatest coach ever.
Right.
He's the best coach of all
time.
time.
Fans were jumping ship.
Oh, yeah. It's unbelievable how things can change just in a few weeks. But I will say this right now. Alabama looks the part and then some right now. I mean, they look like the Alabama we all expect them to look like. They got that big win against Missouri on the road. And, of course, last week you beat Tennessee. And they I mean, it wasn't even really close in that ball game. Tennessee had that big pick 6 at the end of the second quarter that just turned the whole game in the favor of Alabama. But South Carolina has been one of those teams that has been a little disappointing this year. I thought they were going to be a little bit better than what they are. But Alabama, the schedule plays out for them toward the end of this end of this season, I think you're going to see them in Atlanta for the SEC championship, which really doesn't mean a lot because it's all about getting into the college football playoff. But Alabama shouldn't, and I say shouldn't, have any problems at South Carolina. But like I said, you never know. You could stub your toe. You just never know. So
yeah. Well, like I said, you haven't been wrong so far.
so we'll see.
Missouri at Vanderbilt.
College game day is going to be at Vanderbilt this Saturday morning. First time they've ever been there. Vanderbilt, of course, got the big win against LSU. And
we talked about how Vanderbilt's kind of a smaller stadium, right?
Absolutely. And they're going to have college game day. The premier pregame show in television is going to be in Nashville because Vanderbilt, can't believe I'm saying this, is in the top 10 this week after beating LSU. Missouri, of course, in the top 25. Of course, on paper, this is obviously the big game of the week, and I think Vanderbilt's going to be energized to have game day there. You just hope that the lights don't get too bright for them, having all that attention on them. But it is exciting to have Vanderbilt have game day roll into town. So
I know the whole town's going to be
it's going to be. Oh, Nashville's going to be crazy this weekend. So good for Vanderbilt. You know, it's been a long time coming.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Auburn at Arkansas.
Oh, my goodness.
Kansas.
You've got an interim coach there at Arkansas, of course, since they let go of Sam Pittman here recently. And Hugh Freeze he may be the next guy to be gone. There's a lot of murmuring going over in Auburn right now of the way he's managed some of these games here lately. Now you go play Arkansas. I'm going to tell you this right now for folks that support Auburn. If they lose this game to Arkansas, there may be a change happening sooner rather than later.
Can we clip that? Can we clip that?
I'm just telling you right now. I mean, it's going to happen. I think if it's not now, it's going to be at the end of the season. I think Hugh Freeze is going to be another guy that's going to be out the door. I mean, it's just been thoroughly disappointing because he's such an offensive-minded coach, and they just can't score points. They cannot do it. Arkansas has been scoring a lot of points lately, but they just can't stop anybody. So that one's a tough one to call. But if Auburn loses this one, Hugh Freeze not going to be a good time.
Over.
It's not going to be a good time for him. So
okay, well, Texas A&M at LSU. LSU coming off of the loss, right?
Yeah, LSU coming off the loss here, and I think they're going to lose some more games. Their offense is just not very good. I mean, it's just not. And Brian Kelly's another guy that's got a target on his back too.
Yeah,
a lot of folks. I mean, it's amazing. You lose one or two games,
and then it just goes.
And
downhill.
it just. I mean, it's all about
snowball.
It's all about the coach. It's the coach's fault. It's all him. And I said that I'll say this till I'm never going to do this anymore. The coach is not out there throwing the passes. He's not running the football. He's not making. But it all comes down to him. You know, he's the CEO of the team.
It is kind of crazy, though, that when things don't go well, you know, it's just they're out the door, and then they get a new one.
But what's amazing to me is when they let these coaches go, how much money they get in a buyout.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's almost like you want to go.
I mean, because what was the last big buyout, I think, was like $40 or $50 million. And I remember when Kalen DeBoer, when they were talking about DeBoer getting fired after the Florida State lost, Alabama would owed him $70 million.
That's pretty crazy.
To get out of that contract.
Which they paid easily, I'm sure.
Oh, that's what's crazy. But, you know, who would have thought, though, we're sitting here, October the 23rd, and Texas A&M is the only undefeated team in the SEC. I mean, I didn't have that. I don't think anybody did. But it's a big game for LSU. Texas A&M is rolling right now. They are looking really, really good. But we'll see what happens in that one.
Okay. And Tennessee at Kentucky.
Kentucky, like I said, they had that narrow loss in overtime against Texas last week. They got Tennessee coming in. Tennessee trying to lick their wounds as well from the loss at Alabama. I like Tennessee here. I think they'll take care of Kentucky.
All right, and then, of course, we got to throw in Michigan at Michigan State.
Ah, a little rivalry game, huh? A little MSU and little Michigan right here.
This is just for our sponsor, Bill at Brickhaus, and all the Michigan fans out there.
This game is actually going to be on NBC and Peacock on Saturday night, so they get a primetime game there between Michigan State and Michigan. Of course, Michigan had no problems last week with Washington. Michigan's still a 2-loss team. They're a 2-touchdown favorite against Michigan State, and I don't think Michigan's going to have many problems here. Michigan's kind of a team you need to watch out for. They got 2 losses. I mean, they could sneak their way into things toward the end of the year, but I like Michigan here. So.
Yeah, and we have to like them because
if I said anything bad, I'd be run out of here.
We're actually paid to like Michigan.
We're paid to like Michigan.
No, just kidding. But also, I want to say go blue for Bill.
There you go. Go blue. Go blue.
Okay, let's move on to the NFL, Rob.
NFL games, of course, there you see the matchups this week, and you got the Vikings at the Chargers, and this should be an interesting game there. I'm just waiting on the Chargers to kind of be that team I've always thought they could be. Since they got Harbaugh in there, they have made a big change, obviously, and he's kind of put some juice into the team. Vikings, of course, coming off a heartbreaker against Philadelphia, so the Chargers, it's a weird thing to say, the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah.
I've always used to San Diego, so
Yes.
but that'll be a big one there. And actually, I think that's the game tonight. Yeah, it's the Thursday night game tonight. So
the random Thursday night.
yeah, the Amazon Prime game. So the other games, you guys, the New Orleans Saints hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, rather, and of course the Saints still hanging on to that one win. Tampa Bay coming off of their loss this past week to Detroit. Still like Tampa Bay here. Saints just so young across the board, and they're going to get a high draft pick. I'll just put it that way coming up after the season. But Dolphins at the Falcons, like Atlanta here, hosting the Dolphins. The Dolphins are really reeling. Might see a change there in a coach there in Miami. Eagles and Giants, that's always a divisional rivalry right there between those two. Eagles are really, really playing some good football right now. And, of course, the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Denver Broncos. And, of course, Dallas had the big win against the Commanders last week, and everybody's jumping back on the Dallas bandwagon all of a sudden.
You get off and then you get back on.
I know. It's unbelievable how that works. And they'll be at Denver. Of course, Denver, get this, Cash, Denver last week played the Giants at home, scored 33 points in the fourth quarter to come back and beat the Giants.
That's crazy.
That was crazy.
Talk about a comeback.
You talk about a heartbreak for New York, too. You have a big lead, and then you just blow it. Yeah, big womp womp. So, but Dallas going to Mile High, that's going to be a tough road trip there. Green Bay and Pittsburgh, that'll be the Sunday night game between two pretty good clubs there. And then the Monday night matchup, there's the Fighting Taylor Swifts. They have made it back on the graphic here. You got the Chiefs hosting the Commanders right there. Kansas City is back to form and taking on a kind of injury play Commanders team this week. So
I got a free Taylor Swift hoodie one time. Don't ask me how. And
what?
I really did. And I almost wore that today, and then I thought, you know what? Don't do that. Just don't
just
do it.
don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
You don't want to put the hex on the Chiefs there.
No, because then we'll get all the comments. It's just.
That's what we live for.
That's true. Actually, it's good for engagement.
It's good for engagement.
Yeah. What am I thinking? What am
What
I
are
thinking?
you doing?
All right, man. So, okay, real quick before we kind of wrap things up here, let's go back to high school. What is your game of the week, in your opinion?
Oh no, it's Northeast and West.
Yeah, the county schools.
That's a big county ball
What
game.
about Clarksdale Enterprise?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you got to throw that one in there. But the Northeast West game, two teams that have got to get back in the mix for the playoffs. I mean, this is
it's like make or break. For both,
this is
right?
a big make or break ball game for both of them, and of course Clarksdale Enterprise. I mean, enough said right there. I mean, you can't go past that one. So,
and I thought about. I've already expressed like how biased I am towards Clarksdale, but I was just gonna say like I'm a Bulldog, and you don't know which team I'm going for, But everybody knows.
well, you are wearing black today.
Oh no, and gray.
Yeah,
That's a Clarksdale. Gray's a Clarksdale.
Enterprise is black.
Does Enterprise have gray too? They have gray.
Some of their uniforms, yeah.
Oh, dang. Oh well. I think I jinxed Clarksdale the past two games, so I'm just not gonna say anything about it.
You're done with it.
Yeah, I've messed them up somehow.
He's off the bandwagon.
I
knew it was gonna happen.
Never off the bandwagon. Never off the. I just don't want to speak too soon, because
Don't want to jinx it.
apparently what I say on here affects the game. Kind of like if I take a nap, there's always breaking news.
You got bad juju.
Yeah, something. I'm just gonna, we'll see, and if they win, then I'll be back next week. All right, Rob. Well, before we go, we do want to remind everybody that we are actually available. You can stream this show on various podcast platforms. We got Apple Podcasts, iHeart, Podbean, Amazon, Spotify, Player FM, Podchaser, and Boomplay. As always, to get more football feed content, you can like this video, you can share this, you can comment, you can do all sorts of stuff. We stream live every Thursday on Queen City Newsfeed, Q101, 97 OKK, 95 The Beat, Kiss FM, and WALT's Facebook pages.
And, of course, don't forget about the YouTube channel with Queen City Newsfeed as well. Really want to promote that. Of course, there's always some great content on the YouTube channel for Queen City Newsfeed.
Always. Okay, and then we also want to give another shout-out to our sponsors. We want to say special thank you to Tammy Thompson's Bell Bonds 101. Go see her at 600 Constitution Avenue, Meridian, Mississippi. That's downtown Meridian. You can call her at 601-513-9588. Also, we do want to give a shout out to our another sponsor, Ujjwal Kumar, with the Dillard's Men's Department at Uptown Meridian. I've shopped with him. Rob has shopped with him. He's great. He's an expert with men's fashion. He can get you styled, looking good, or freshen up what you already have. And you can give him a call at 601-686-1129, or just go to Dillard's and ask for Ujjwal in the men's department.
Look at that. I love the picture right there with no shoes on.
I know. I was going to point that out.
What happened there?
That's funny.
That was before I put my shoes on.
Hey, at least you were wearing socks.
I know, right?
Yeah, because that could have been bad.
Everything else was great except the feet.
You couldn't have cropped that, Mackenzie, the producer.
That's perfect. I love it. So,
Okay.
Ujjwal, a great guy. Love him to death. Good
All
stuff.
right, Rob. And then we have two more sponsors, right?
Absolutely. Got to thank Jason and the staff down at All-Star Team Sports, folks. When it comes to sporting goods, whatever it might be for your upcoming basketball season, soccer, cheerleading uniforms, they can customize anything down there at All-Star Team Sports. And, of course, you can call them today at 601-483-7385. They're your one-stop shop locally to get your sporting goods at All-Star Team Sports.
Love it.
And also, we need to thank our friends down at Brickhaus Brewtique, right in the heart of downtown Meridian. They're down there at 2206 Front Street. If you're looking for a place to kind of unwind to watch one of the ball games this weekend, you can do that at Brickhaus Brewtique. Of course, they got the largest selection of craft beer here in Mississippi, and some of the seriously good handcrafted food as well. If you're going to be in downtown this weekend, after the Candy Crawl, if you want to drop by for a meal and a
Next
drink.
weekend, Spooky L Trail.
Exactly. So perfect place to go unwind there at Brickhaus. It's where Meridian goes to unwind. And that new website is
BrickhouseBoutique.com.
There we go.
Yeah.
We got it. Yeah.
I'm going to fix that typo.
I love it.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We do want to give a special shout out to our producers, Mackenzie Joyner and Nickie Farmer. This show is recorded right here live in studio at Digio Strategies in Meridian. And we thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back here same time, same place next week. And then also look forward to that Queen City Newsfeed scoreboard that will be posted Friday night. And it will be posted Friday night. I promise. It will.
Guarantee it.
Yeah, right. Or your money back.
There we go. Yeah. Well, whatever that might be. Good luck.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you back here next week.